Hey, what's up guys? Today I am going to be showing you the line art for this new painting that I'm working on. Normally I don't do line arts, so I thought it'd be cool to, do one and record it. And so this is what's going to be playing. This is obviously part one. There's going to be a part two where I do the whole coloring and all this stuff. So it's going to be a fairly short video, and what I'll be doing while this plays, I'll be actually talking about something that a lot of you have been asking for, and that is how to get over an art block. So before I talk about how I get over that, and it's actually really simple, you just have to know what it is first so that you can solve it. So that's what I'm going to tell you about first is, try to explain what an actual art block is. So some of you might actually know what it is, that you just can't put it into words, or you can't really describe it, so it's hard to fix. It's hard to find a solution for it. But I think it's actually fairly simple. What an actual art block is, it's never that you stop progressing technically. Every time you draw, you improve. That improvement might be bigger or smaller depending on the drawing, or depending on if you're using more or less reference, or whatever the condition. But every time you draw, you're improving something. You might not improve as much, from one drawing to another, but that's always going to be the case. That's never going to change. People that are in art blocks, they feel like suddenly whatever they do is not good enough. Whatever they do is even worse than before sometimes. But the issue here is that your skill is not the problem. Your technical skill is not the problem. What the problem is that your perception of art has changed a lot faster than your skill. So you'll look back at your old stuff or anything you do from now on, having kind of higher standards of art all of a sudden. You'll be a lot more critical of yourself, and you'll think that everything you do is not good enough. You feel like you used to be better before you got more critical, but in fact you weren't better before. You were even worse probably, because you've practiced since then. The only thing that changed a lot faster was your perception. So, and that kind of comes and goes. It's sort of a cycle. So at some point you'll feel like everything you do is great, and that you're on the right track and you're progressing a lot, but in fact you're not. You're just progressing the same way. It's just that your perception of art is not as good as it should be, maybe. And other times you'll feel like you're not progressing at all. You'll feel like maybe even you're going backwards, but you're not. Again, you're progressing just as well. The only thing that changed that your perception of it, your perception of your own art, of art in general, has changed and has improved faster than your actual technical skills. So knowing that, the way I deal with it is by bringing back what the art block is stealing from me, and that is my confidence. So every time you have an art block, it's just very, very draining on your confidence. It makes you feel like you're not good enough, and as a result you get depressed, and that's like a very downward spiral that you need to avoid. And the way to avoid it is by, at least what I found it works the best, is by copying stuff. So you'll take maybe one or two concepts that you like, and then you'll take elements of both, or maybe copy parts of each and kind of merge them into a concept of your own. So maybe you'll have 50% that comes from those two concepts, and the other 50% of the final image that comes from you. And the result of that is going to be obviously better than you would have done on your own, because you're copying stuff. So you're copying some things that you judge, that you feel that you couldn't do on your own, from imagination. So the result should be much better than what you could do on your own. It'll trick your brain into thinking that, oh, suddenly you can actually match your new standards, so that's great. And even knowing that part of that drawing is not yours, it's still satisfying enough that your confidence will come back after a couple times. And of course, don't go posting that image anywhere on the web, because you'll get in trouble. But keep that for yourself. Do it a couple times, and after a while, as I was saying, your technical skill keeps on improving this whole time. So at some point, it'll be back to the level where your new perceptive skills are at, and then you'll be out of your art block. And that's how I've been, fixing myself this whole time, and it's been working great for me. So hopefully you guys try it, and let me know how that works out for you. And hopefully this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to subscribe, and wait for the next video, part 2.